I'm Andrew Kohinka, and I'm here with the Amphetamines. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Nate Roma. I'm the vocalist of the Amphetamines.
Lucas Urselli, and I'm the bassist of the Amphetamines.
Christian Ezekiel. I play drums in the Amphetamines.
And they are the Amphetamines. So, you guys have been around for a few years, right? Like late 2017, you kind of started jamming around. The first thing I wanted to address was your guys' first show. It ended with a guitar on fire, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, what was that?
There was not actually a guitar on fire. It was just the reflection of a bonfire. But that show was pretty weird. This is before these two guys were in the band actually. But it was like some guy was like, "Yeah, our DJ canceled. It's gonna be like a big thing." And then we came and there was like 5 people in a bonfire, and we played our set list twice because we just didn't have any material. But it was like,
Just trying to fill time.
yeah, we didn't know what we were doing and they didn't know what to expect. But I mean, they seemed into it, you know.
So these guys, you weren't part of that first show.
No. We were part of that
I
first
think we joined in, 2018?
Probably the summer of 2018 is when
We started jamming.
yeah. We they joined on bass and drums. Yeah.
Dope. So we had some lineup changes there. You guys have kind of been like changing up recently. I noticed your recent guitarist, James McDonald, recently dropped out, and he's starting work on a separate project called Saturdays and whatever. But you guys recorded a couple tracks together before him and Steven was the other guitarist, right? The Hound.
Yeah.
You guys recorded Redeeming Qualities.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And what was that? That was like a little 3-track EP, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a little 3-track EP recorded live in this house that my parents were trying to fix up, and we just took advantage of it, and that was what came of that. Yeah.
So it was like a broken down house? Was it spooky? What's going on?
It was completely gutted. It was pretty cool. It was just like a empty house with drums in one room, bass in another room, guitars in the other room. It was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
So you guys all recorded that like together live at the same time in just like separate rooms? Were there windows or anything so you guys could see, or was it all headphones?
It was definitely a learning process. We didn't even have enough headphones for everybody, so it was definitely a rough EP, but I think it was in the spirit of how we wanted it to sound.
Yeah, it was a good reflection of how we sounded at the time.
I mean, we were really into the idea of recording live at that time, so I don't know, it came out pretty well, just considering.
I couldn't even hear my bass whatsoever. I mean, it was in a closet in the other room, so I was just playing deaf the whole time. So, yeah, it was definitely a learning experience for us.
That's insane. So what is it with local bands just wanting to like, and might I say punk bands if you guys wouldn't, shy away from that. What is it up with the punk mindset of recording together, like recording live? I mean, I was super fond of it, of the idea, but there's so many cons to the pros. Really, the only pro is just the energy. Like, what is it to you, maybe?
I don't know. It just adds like a little. I think it adds like a little extra. I don't even know how to describe it. Just like the feeling. Yeah. If you're trying to just get the specific sound of like little fuck ups here. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse on this.
You're fine.
Okay, gotcha. Like little mistakes and stuff like that, but that just end up like giving it more personality. I don't know. It wasn't like a punk thing for me. It was just like, I don't know, trying to.
I think like at that time too, like half of the fun was like how, like, I don't want to say shitty, but like it was like definitely like a garage band sound. So like, it was fun to play it together because we were just we're all having fun. When you kind of like split it up in tracks later on, like you really have to have a set, I think, image, and everyone has to kind of have that same goal in mind.
It was almost like mixed demos.
Yeah.
Just like, this is what we sound like right now. We didn't spend a lot of time remastering it at all. Like, it was just kind of what we sounded like, raw. but something like between me and Christian, like the chemistry between us as well, like it's a lot easier to emulate how we actually sound if we're recording in the same room. So we almost always still record live together.
Yeah.
Because it's just like drum and bass is what drives the band, and you can't mess that kind of stuff up. And it's easier to not mess up if we're both kind of like swaying to it and just watching each other grooving.
Yeah. You gotta dance.
Yeah, you have to.
You gotta dance. That's a definite way to look at it. It's something that's very important to making music. So speaking of dance, so what are some of your guys' influences? I noticed you shouted out the late Ian Curtis about a few days after his his death anniversary.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and you recognized what like National Goth Day, but like you're just shouting out post-punk and cold wave and stuff like that. So like what kind of influences besides that? Because I hear that in your vocals you're like a less depressed Ian Curtis. Okay. It sounds like. So what other artists and what genres like do you guys dance, punk? What else drives you?
I listened to a lot of like classic rock and roll. Before I was a bassist with this band, I predominantly played lead guitar in a separate band that kind of just dissipated. But that's what we always jam that. So they asked me to play bass. I learned how to play bass for them, and it's a totally different experience. So a lot of, I would say like John Paul Jones, Led Zeppelin, just like a little boomier bass, a little like deeper and more true sounding, and less like trebly, just more like I don't know, driving. That's kind of one of my bass influences, I would say.
Oh man, I mean, I just like a lot of different kinds of music in general, so it changes time to time. But I think this band, we kind of like a lot of the same early 2000s stuff, so that kind of is what we kind of have in common.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the goth thing and like I don't know, that whole genre has been like more of a recent phase for me, I guess. I mean, I don't know, proto-punk and like post-punk, I don't even know if those are the right like things you can call it, but that's been like ever since I graduated high school, I've been into that stuff. Everything else, I mean, lately I've been just trying to like download any kind of interesting thing I hear. I just get the whole album and I just listen to that all the way through. That's been helping me just like get into different areas and help me out creatively, I guess. So.
Sure. So some of these influences, kind of, I could see some of them in the recording of it, which I couldn't even tell it was really live. Like it has that energy to it, but it sounds really crisp. You guys, for being completely isolated from each other, it came out kind of polished. What was the songwriting process like for that? Was it more group oriented? Was it who would come up with the ideas, or was it a jam thing?
Nate here comes up with a lot of the ideas and a lot of the motifs throughout, especially our earlier music. He writes all the lyrics, and not only that, he usually gives us like a basis of what he wants the song to sound like. He'll give us like a lick, and then we can play around with it. But especially the earlier stuff, it was all just what Nate heard in his head, and we just had to emulate it as best as we could because it was cool.
Very frustrating sometimes too, probably. I don't know.
No, it's pretty
cool. Like it's got to sound like
fun. No, it's cool.
This thing.
We like the
Trying to
direction.
figure it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think in the beginning it was more like your project, right, Nate? Like it was kind of like your not solo, but just like your whole artist, like
Yeah.
you wanted to write like all the parts and stuff, and like it was really cool. So when we joined, like a lot of the songs, I think all 3 of the songs from that EP actually, were already written, like all the parts and stuff. Maybe like without some of the changes we made to like the rhythm section, but for the most part, a lot of the songs were like pre-written before we joined.
Yeah.
It's only now we've been like kind of working hard, collaborating, so sound might change a little bit, but
It definitely does sound a little bit different now compared to before. Before it was very alternative 2000s rock and roll sounding, kind of like punk rock-ish, but these ones, I don't know, they're a little bit darker, heavier. We have a lot of stuff we haven't recorded too, so.
Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head. I was picking up bits of Interpol in the vocals and kind of like the drum patterns, just like driving rhythm sections. The strokes definitely like in the guitar. A lot of that like pop swinginess to it. Very melodic driven. That highlights the vocals. That's definitely a great sound to have, and you guys pull it off very well. How is your sound changing with the lineup changes, with the new songwriting process, maybe even a new recording process? It looks like you guys are recording more at home now. So, how is your sound to you changing?
Well, I think you kind of already explained it. These two I already explained it, but with the more recent songs, I've been like more open to just like, do you guys want to try something else? Or I don't know. I still have an idea for a song, but
Sorry, I got distracted. I literally saw a lizard, like the circle of life in real time. Lizard just tried to get a moth or something, so did not. Somehow it got away. That was crazy.
I just ran out.
Speaking of lizards and whatever, what's up with the beef with the Geico gecko? That was
I don't know, man. The guy he's smug, man. I don't like him. I want to fuck that guy up. I don't know.
so he's got a smug attitude. What was it that stirred up such a?
It helped me save like 15% or like more on my car insurance. So you be careful talking about that lizard.
Well, he can be
He's a gecko, by the way. Yeah.
whatever.
Show some respect.
I don't care what he is. I just don't fucking like that guy. I don't know.
What is it? What drove you to like post such a rage-filled thing? Like, what was that? What's the beef? I think the quote for the caption was literally, "Yo, fuck the Geico gecko." What was that?
I don't know, man.
Did you literally just black out and like your eyes rolled back and you just exorcist
It might have
post?
been influenced by alcohol, probably. I mean, I don't know how to. Social media is weird, man. I don't know how to post things that are it doesn't make sense to me if it's not gonna be like funny or like cool looking. Like, I don't know. I just might as well just like post some weird thing if some guy's gonna be like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, the Geico lizard, fuck him or whatever. So I don't know.
I've also noticed the not obsession, but the frequent posting of George Bush.
Oh, that on my. Wow, man, you did your research. Holy shit.
Yeah, what is up with that? What is that, an inside joke? Are you not political, but maybe is it like a meme or something?
It came out of nowhere. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about George Bush
I
since
have no idea.
I don't know, became
He
president.
runs social media, so.
He paints pictures, right? George Bush now, is that what he does?
I guess. I've seen some stuff. Yeah.
Pretends he did it.
He's a funny guy. I don't know. Like, it's just kind of like, I don't know.
We're not really political, however.
Yeah. Not really.
We're not making a political point. He's just, a meme.
I figured that's what it was. I just wanted to bring it up, and I noticed, it was just a meme type thing, which you guys, your show posters are crazy. And now that I know that you do most of the social media, are you trying to do that on purpose? A lot of your show posters have, like, the one that we played was Hannibal Buress getting kicked or kicking someone in the face on the Eric Andre show. Are you trying to capitalize on that meme quality to promote music? I know it's kind of a big trend right now with like 6ix9ine and that other guy that has like the bowl cut and the small glasses that like flip shit on Anthony Fantano's thing. But like, is
I
that
don't know who you're talking about.
is that something that you're trying to incorporate, or is it just kind of like this is whatever?
Okay, so I'm kind of clueless with what's like, I don't know, popular in today's, I don't know, sort of mainstream, but not quite media. Like, I don't know. I don't know a lot of like rap and hip hop artists, but I've like kind of seen like a certain style where it's like weirdly nostalgic kind of meme stuff. I don't know. I was kind of trying to go that direction with, the Hannibal Buress kicking, what's the guy with the clock? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't remember his
I
name,
forget
but yeah.
his name now.
I think we just try and be fun. Like, it's more important for us to be funny for ourselves. Really, like, I feel like there's not like any sort of like, there's thought behind the stuff that we do, but I think a lot of it is more entertainment for ourselves
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Honestly, we post that stuff, but it's not like we're trying to emulate anybody. It's just kind of who we are,
No, I get that. I was just wanted to kind of address that because I noticed it was kind of a common thing like throughout your social media was the memes. So,
We're the Amphetamines. So
oh, yeah, that's like what you guys are now. So, you guys are writing new material, correct? You do have a new guitarist, correct? Is he bringing anything new to the table? Is he bringing anything you haven't heard of in the Amphetamines before, or?
I don't know. It's still a little early to say. All I can say is that I know he's like an amazing guitarist. He's a really talented guy. We've been like working on stuff that's new to everybody else, but old for us. So we're just trying to get down. It's like the same thing with like coming to the band with an idea, but there's a little more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's too early to say, but all I can say is like I'm really happy that he's in the band. I can tell that something good's gonna come out of it for sure. So yeah.
It's just like growing pains basically, and especially with the pandemic and all of our work schedules, it's really hard to get 4 people together on a single night every week, because that's what we try to do. But so it's just like not seeing him for a couple weeks, and he's honestly, props to him, because he's learned a lot of the parts really fucking fast.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, he's a good guitarist, and he does bring a sort of different sound than like what Steven brought, because Steven definitely was more hound based and like metally, and you could tell when he played that he had like a metal influence to him. But he's a little more like us, like kind of like classic rocky, like alternative 2000s rocky inclined. So it's pretty cool to have him around.
So you guys are focusing on new material, but you're still paying attention to the old ones and giving them justice, and gonna incorporate them into future sets and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to get it recorded too, so that since you can't hear us live, we want to release something so you can hear what we sound like, especially like polished and mixed, and which is nice.
With the old material, you wrote a lot of it and had a lot of it written before these guys joined. Catchables from a long time ago, almost 7 years now, 2014, 2013-ish. So
yeah, we actually had a reunion show not too long ago where it was Catchables, the Amphetamines, the Hound, Steven, our old guitarist. Yeah, he was in 3 different bands that night. It was kind of cool. But what was the question? I'm sorry, I got lost.
was any of the material or influence from that band like ported over or recycled into the Amphetamines? Was there like song ideas that you had that you didn't get to show in Catchables yet, and you just kind of ran with them in the Amphetamines? Or
it was all the Amphetamines was like I loved the band Catchables. But with that, we had like 3 songwriters in the band, so it just had a lot of different sounds, which can be really cool, but also can sometimes sound a little messy. Not shitting on Catchables. I mean, like, I don't know how to say this without.
No pressure, no.
Yeah. But with the Amphetamines, my idea was like, I got to come up with this idea all in one head and then put it out. Just as like that was what I was trying to do with the Amphetamines compared to Catchables. I think it's like, it just feels a little bit more tight when some guys, like one guy's like kind of creating all of it, but I'm open to like suggestions and stuff like that too. But that was the main difference between Catchables. I don't know, I didn't have any like old material from Catchables that I used in the Amphetamines because I just wanted to start completely new.
You wanted a clean slate.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So that's definitely what you got. You guys have been active in the Orlando scene, kind of all around. You guys have played shows like where? Kind of all over Florida, right?
Kind of. I mean, right before
we've taken Central Florida by storm.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Gainesville, Popka, stuff like that.
Sanford one time.
Sanford one time. Yeah.
I think that's still like technically the Orlando scene, but like.
It's all right.
No, I mean, right before the pandemic, we got our first gig at the Hideout, which was really exciting for us. And then, unfortunately, everything kind of just fell apart. But, I mean, yeah, we were really excited to start playing in Gainesville. And we still want to do that, I think. I don't know, just all over. We don't. I want to see what I can do with the Orlando scene, but I'm down to play pretty much anywhere. Like we still haven't played Tampa. We'd love to do St. Peter, Tampa, and stuff like that too.
And we definitely like the Orlando scene. Like I feel like there's definitely still a lot of pop punk bands still around and stuff, but I feel like a lot of Orlando bands definitely are more willing to stay, I guess, I don't want to say original, but at least true to what they want to play. And I like that about us, too.
So like a heavier metal scene, too. Like, not heavy metal, but just like you could tell there's a lot of metal influence in some of the shows we've played, some of the people we've played with.
Like the hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hardcore scene definitely is there still. Pop punk's taking over or whatever. But speaking of the Orlando, one of the last things I wanted to touch on was you guys opened for legendary garage rockers, the Black Lips, right?
Yeah.
That was in Gainesville at the High Dive. Yep.
Oh, that was the High Dive, not Will's Pub. My apologies.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, that was surreal. I've been listening to those guys since I was 12. It was probably like the first indie band I'd ever got into, where I felt like, whoa, I'm kind of cool for listening and liking these guys or whatever. So it was weird to just really be following these guys ever since I was like a teenager and not even sure if I wanted to get into music, and then sharing the same stage was like, wow, I can't believe this. Yeah. I freaked out after the show. I don't know.
Yeah. We talked to them and stuff, and he was just like,
yeah,
it was super cool.
Yeah. I wish I was like more in the moment when I was there, because it felt like it just like passed super quick. I don't know. It was weird for me.
we had like 5 minutes where we could have talked to them, and then we're also getting on the stage like after they just sound checked and sound fucking awesome. We had to like get up on stage and follow with our sound check, and it was just nerve-wracking. So I mean, he talked to us for probably like 5 minutes, and it was just over, and we were sound checking. But it was still awesome. I mean, it was great seeing them. I brought my mom. She loves them. So my mom was there. She was like taking a video, like exclusive audience to the Black Lips, fucking sound checking. So yeah, that was awesome.
that's cool. So last thing, since you guys opened for such a crazy band, like, do you have any other dream bands that you would want to share a stage with?
Oh, shit.
I
I mean, honestly, like we all love the Strokes.
Yeah.
I know that's pretty like
That'd be
who
insane.
who doesn't like them, but like
Be a dream come
yeah,
true.
we're into like the Voids too. They're pretty
Voids.
cool. So all those cool guys, yeah.
And and his Albert Hammond Jr.'s solo project, and
Machine Gun, Fab, they're all so good.
yeah, they're also fucking awesome. So it'd be great to play on stage with any one of them.
Yeah.
On any stage, honestly.
Yeah, actually, we're playing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a really hard question, because just
right off the top, like, what's coming to your head?
I think I made an attempt to maybe play with the band Broncho. Do you know them?
Broncho?
Yeah, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know. That's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
I don't know, and they're still like, they're big, but not.
They're like a local big, like, touring act.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I thought maybe I could get this or something like that. If we played with the Black Lips, like, maybe we could open for a band like that. I don't know. That's a tough one. Locally, I just want to give a shout out. Well, I'd love to play with Adam Dive again, of course. But and now I'm gonna forget their name because. Oh no! This is what we're.
No, can't do it. No. Right on the tip of your tongue.
Okay, hold up. Come back to me, cause hold up. Oh god.
Do you have a letter like M O P
I don't know.
It's like Mansfield's cool.
Oh yeah.
headband
Yeah.
.org
Damn it, man! This is horrible.
0 miles per hour.
Hold on. Yeah, 0 miles per hour. We have played with them before, and
Blind Dinosaurs.
They're great. Ska punk.
Colorblind
so fun.
Dinosaurs. This is so fucking lame. God damn it! I need to.
Just go to our page.
I don't know where to find them right now. This is terrible. Tide Pools.
Tide pool.
Tide Pools. That's the name.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to play with them for so long. When I heard their EP, I was like, wow, okay, like there's other bands that are, we don't even sound really that alike, but we're just within the Orlando scene, talking about the Orlando scene again. Like, I was like, yeah, that would be a cool band to play with, and I like their style and everything. Yeah, so sorry, that was like, I didn't mean to fill your thing.
No, dude, you're fine.
You know, but yeah.
These things happen.
Yeah.
And with that, it was a pleasure to talk to you. And the Amphetamines.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We
That was
appreciate it. Yeah.